In today's video, I'll be showing you 5 awesome neo-soul guitar licks that you can start adding to your playing. Enjoy! How's it going? I'm Dave, and my channel is all about helping you create awesome neo-soul and R&B sounds on your guitar. If you're new here and that sounds like your kind of thing, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you click the notification bell so that you're notified every single time I release a new video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you 5 really awesome neo-soul guitar licks. Now, if you enjoyed the video and you want to learn more licks, then I've made another video with 5 more licks available down in the description at my Patreon page. And along with that, you'll be able to download the backing track and tabs for all of the licks. Let's get started. So first of all, the first thing we're going to do is take a look at the chord progression we're soloing over. So we're soloing in the key of F sharp minor. So we're playing a D major 7, a C sharp 7 flat 9, and then an F sharp minor 7. Now we can play the F sharp minor scale over the entire thing, but what I've done is I've added this C sharp 7 flat 9 to allow us to experiment with some more interesting sounds. So over this C sharp 7 flat 9, we could play the F sharp harmonic minor scale. We could also play some diminished 7th arpeggios, which I'll show you later on, starting on either F, A flat, B, or D. Okay, some really cool, interesting arpeggios there. And also you could play the C sharp altered dominant scale as well. So lots of options there to spice things up a little bit. But if you don't know any of those scales or arpeggios, then the F sharp minor scale works fine over everything. Now let's take a look at lick number 1. So take a listen first, and then I'm going to break it down. Alright, so we've got a triplet sort of feel in this backing track, so we're going to obviously play in 16th note triplets here. So let's tackle the first part with the double stops. So what we're doing is we're playing the 14th fret of the G and B strings here, and then we've got a hammer on the 16th fret of the G string and the 15th fret of the B string. And then what we're going to do is slide that up 2 frets to the 18th and 17th frets. So, okay, then we're going to slide back down to the 16th and 15th frets, and then pull off to the 14th fret of the G and B strings again. Okay, now it's really important that we get this as smooth and legato sounding as possible. We don't want to be picking more notes than we need to. We're only going to actually pluck the strings once here. Alright, then what we're going to do is we're going to play 16 and 14 on the D string. Again, only picking once. We're going to do a pull off there. Then we're going to play 16, 15, 14 on the A string, and there pull offs again. And we're going to slide down to the 12th fret of the A string there. So all together. Okay, then we're going to play the 14th fret of the low E string. Okay, and that's basically like the first half of this lick. Alright, picking as little as possible here, okay? This is one of the things I like to do in neo-soul playing, is just keep everything as legato and smooth as possible. There are of course times for picking every single note, alternate picking and making a more staccato sound, but generally most of the time we want a really smooth and legato feel. Okay, so then the second half of the lick sounds a bit like this if I play it slowly. So what we're doing here is we're playing some double stops again, playing 14 on the A string and 12 on the D string, but we're hammering on that 14th fret of the A string from the 12th fret. So, okay, sounds like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to slide our ring finger up to the 15th fret and back down to the 14th fret really quickly, and then pull off to the 12th fret. Just like that. And we're going to do a similar thing on the G and B strings now. So we're going to play the 16th fret of the G string and the 15th fret of the B string, but that's going to be hammered on from the 14th fret of both strings, okay? Just like that. Okay, and we're going to slide up a fret and back down a fret again, and then pull off back to the 14th fret of the G and B string. Like that, okay? That slide has to be really quick. And then we're just going to play the 14th fret of the G, B and E strings to finish the lick off and resolve. So that last half of the lick sounds like this. That's lick number 1. Now let's take a listen to lick number 2. Lick number 2 starts off really interesting. We have sort of a chromatic ascending pattern here. So we're playing the 12th fret of the high E string. But then what we're going to do is we're going to ascend from the 9th fret to the 12th fret of the high E string chromatically. So we're going to play every single fret. 9, 10, 11, 12. And we've got this sort of triplet feel again. Then we're going to play the 9th fret again of the high E string, but we're going to slide into it. And we're going to play the 10th fret of the B string. Then we're going to play the 9th fret of the G string. Then we're going to play the 12th fret of the B string and the 9th fret of the B string, but we're going to slide into that 9th fret from the 8th fret, like that. Then we're doing a double stop. So what we're doing here is we're playing the 9th fret of the B and G strings, hammering on the 10th fret of the B string and the 11th fret of the G string, sliding up and down a fret really quickly like we did in the previous lick. That's a theme here. You'll see that we do this a lot with these licks. And pulling off to the 9th fret of the B and G strings. And then playing the 11th fret of the D string. So all together. Then we're playing some really cool triads. These are called open voiced triads. Okay, now this is just an A major triad, but this is an open voice triad. So if you want to learn what open voice triads are, I've made a video on open voice triads that you can check out. But what we're doing is just playing 7th fret of the D string, skipping the G, playing the 5th fret of the B string and the 9th fret of the high E string. We've got a nice A major triad there. Then we're playing the 11th fret of the D string, then the 10th fret of the B string and the 12th fret of the high E string. And it sounds like this. So all together. Now with these open voice triads, I did some hybrid picking. So I'm picking with my pick on the D string, and then I'm using my middle finger to pluck the B string and ring finger to pluck the high E string. It's just easier than string skipping, especially when all of these notes happen quite quickly. So there you go, there's the second lick. So now let's take a listen to lick number 3. So lick number 3 is a bit more of a mellow lick. What we're going to do is we're going to play the 6th interval. And if you know me, you know that I love playing 6th intervals. They just sound really gorgeous. So we're playing the 14th fret of the D and B strings. Okay, but we're sliding in from the 12th fret. Just like that. Then we're going to play, while we're maintaining this 6th interval, we're playing the 12th fret of the high E string, okay? I'm also hybrid picking this, so I'm using the pick for the D string, my middle finger for the B string, and then my ring finger for the high E string. Okay, then we're going to play the 17th fret of the high E string, okay, while trying to maintain the 6th still, letting it ring out. Alright, then we're going to use our middle finger to tap the 21st fret of the high E string, so just like that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to play another 6th interval, and that is going to be at the 21st fret of both the D and B strings. And again, we're sliding in from 2 frets below the 19th fret. So just like that. Then we're going to play the 19th and 21st frets of the B string. And then we're going to do a series of descending 6th intervals. So we are playing 18 and 17 on the G and B strings, then 21 on both the D and B strings, then 19 on both the D and B strings. Then we're going to play 18 and 17, so 18 on the D string and 17 on the B string. Then we're going to play 14 on both those strings. So Okay, then we're going to play the 12th fret of the high E string again. And then we're going to play a D major open voice triad. So the D major open voice triad is 12 on the D string, 10 on the B string, and 14 on the high E string. So I'm hoping that along with learning the licks, you're learning some of the concepts I'm using. So the sixths, using open voice triads, also doing these little double stops with the slides, moving up and down. Okay, make sure you incorporate that into your playing and don't just learn my licks and just use those. Try and bring these techniques into your own lick. So that was lick number 3. Let's take a listen to lick number 4 now. Alright, so lick number 4, I have to say this is one of my favorites. What we're doing is we are playing the 10th fret of the B string and the 11th fret of the G string. Okay, so more double stops here. We're hammering on from the 9th fret really quickly. We're sliding up 2 frets and back down again and up again. So make sure you're pushing down hard enough on the frets to keep those notes sustaining. Then we're going to slide back down to the 11th and 10th frets. And then we're going to pull off to the 9th fret of the G and B strings. So all together. Then we're going to play 11 and 9 on the D string. Okay, we are going to pick both of those notes. Then we're going to play this. Alright, so we're playing a double stop we've done before, but just in a different place. So we're playing 11 and 9 on the D and G strings, but we're hammering on that 11th fret of the D string. Okay, sliding up and down to the 12th fret of the D string with our ring finger, and then pulling off. Okay, so sounds like that. Then we're going to play 9 and 7 on the D string, but when we play the 9th fret, we're going to slide down from the 11th fret, just like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take a listen to the whole lick so far. Okay, then we're going to play that same double stop we did at the 9th and 11th frets with the slide and the pull off, but just 2 frets lower and a string lower. So we're going to play at the 9th fret and 7th fret of the A and D strings. Okay, so that same pattern we're playing, where we're sliding up and down a fret, and then pulling off 2 frets. And then we're going to play some octaves. So, and again, we're sliding up and down a fret, and then sliding back 2 frets. So we're going to slide into the 7th fret from the 5th fret, slide up and down a fret, so up to the 8th and back down to the 7th, so, and then slide down to the 5th. Okay, so altogether the lick. Should sound a bit like that. Now let's take a look at our final lick, lick number 5. Take a listen. So this is probably the trickiest of them all. Now what we're doing is we're playing a D major 7 neosoul chord. This is now called the neosoul chord. I've coined it. So we're playing 7th fret of the G, B and E strings and hammering on the 9th fret of the high E string. And then what we're going to do is we're going to play an F sharp minor 7 arpeggio. So what we're doing is playing the 11th fret of the D string, 9 and 11 on the G string, we're going to hammer that on. Then we're going to kind of sweep down, so we're going to play 10 on the B string and 9 on the E string. Then we're going to hammer on the 12th fret of the high E string. Okay, so all together we've got... Then we're going to play a D diminished 7th chord. So we're playing 12, 13, 12, 13 on the top 4 strings. And we're going to play a diminished 7th arpeggio here. So we're going to play 13, 16 on the G string, hammering on, 15 on the B string, 13, 16 on the high E string. That's a hammer on as well, and sliding up to the 19th fret. Okay, so all together so far we've got... Then we're going to play the neosoul chord again, but at the 14th fret. So we're playing 14, 14, 16. Going to pull off to the 15th and 14th fret of the high E string. And then play the 17th fret of the B string, whilst trying to let the other notes in the chord ring out. Then we're going to play some double stops, and these are some nice chromatic sounding double stops. So we're going to play the 21st fret of the top two strings, the B and E strings, but we're going to slide up from the 19th fret. Then we're going to play 20, 19, and then 17. And we are picking all of these notes here. So here is one of those situations where picking the notes felt appropriate, and a more staccato sort of sound felt more appropriate. So there you go, that's how you play those 5 licks. Now if you want the tabs and you want the backing track and you want to learn 5 more licks with video breakdowns just like this, then head to my Patreon page. It's only $2 a month, an absolute bargain. And along with that, you get all the extra exclusive Patreon only content that I've released as well. So definitely go and check that out. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you click the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Are you going to start using these licks in your playing? Let me know. Do you want to see more lick videos? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Check this video out here if you want to learn some more stuff. And I will see you there. Have a good one.